Thanks, everybody. Good evening. Welcome to the Innovation Night featuring Genius New York Pitch Finals. A little new twist on things. I'm Jeff Kulikowski, evening anchor for News Channel 9, and I will be your MC for tonight's events. Excited to be back again for another high-energy event focused on the excitement and really the true potential of the startups in this region, and we've certainly seen that over the last few years. Now, each of the 5 Genius finalists will be pitching their businesses tonight with hopes of securing tonight's $1 million grand prize. In all, yeah, I think so, right? In all, there's going to be $3 million awarded tonight, so the runners-up, you don't walk away empty-handed as well. New feature to this year's event, which is kind of fun, exciting to showcase even more entrepreneurs than just those 5 Genius finalists. We're going to see more entrepreneurs, more technologies that are emerging in various fields, local innovation partners. It is called the Innovation Alley. You can visit it, and many maybe of you already have visited it in the back of the room there, so there'll be plenty of time to check that out. You can visit them, including the finalists and the all-new Syracuse Surge Accelerator, another new feature to the Tech Garden, so we're excited. We're going to hear more about Syracuse Surge Accelerator a little bit later. You may have already, but you see some tables in the back. Make sure you're stopping by and chatting with the founders and innovators. There's going to be a few different breaks throughout the night, so you'll have your opportunity to get over and visit them and talk with them. As we get started tonight, I would like to take this opportunity to recognize the Genius New York Finals event sponsors. A lot goes into that. Hancock and Esterbrook, New Air, Newman and Lickstein Attorneys and Advisors, One Group, Talus, Hidden Level, AIS, Visual Technologies, and Solvay Bank. Let's hear it for them. Yeah, big thanks for all those sponsors for supporting these emerging startups, this program, and really helping grow the entrepreneurial community here. Well, the growth of the uncrewed systems, as we call it now, that and other high-tech industries over the past decade certainly been remarkable around here. We've seen that just keep growing and growing. I've certainly had the privilege to be doing this several times and also reporting on a lot of the progress that's taking place right here in central New York, and it has been quite phenomenal, including the establishment of the New York State UAS test site, the launch of the 50-mile test corridor, and now 6 rounds of Genius New York competition, which has absolutely attracted leading-edge UAS companies from around the globe, and it is again this year. In his role here at the head of Empire State Development, Dan Kolinsky has been a really true partner, along with the governor of the state of New York, Kathy Hochul, for sure. We're fortunate to be joined by Empire State and Dan Kolinsky tonight. Now, ESD, for those of you who don't know, I don't have to tell Dan, he's been there for a little while. It's New York State's primary economic development entity. It's responsible for tonight's investment in these Genius New York teams. In his role, Dan is responsible for promoting economic development initiatives in the 5 counties across central New York. So let's welcome Dan Kolinsky to the stage. He's going to have a few words for us about the importance of these companies. Dan?
Thanks, Jeff, for those kind words. Let's give Jeff a round of applause. He does such a great job every year at this event. Thank you for having me here tonight to represent both Governor Kathy Hochul and Empire State Development. I am very excited to be here. As we mark year 7 of the Genius New York competition, this has truly become one of the world's preeminent business accelerator competitions for UAS, robotics, and IoT. And that's evidenced by the impressive number of worldwide applicants that we receive every single year for the competition. I would like to add my congratulations to this year's finalists and wish you all the best of luck as you give your pitches here in a little while. But tonight is about more than just the pitches. Tonight is an opportunity to celebrate the amazing achievements of these teams and the other cutting-edge tech companies here this evening who are leading the way when it comes to innovation in the UAS industry. And the best part, they're doing it right here in central New York. When someone breaks the mold, develops a new technology, or discovers a better method of doing something, it catches our attention, and hopefully, as I'm sure our finalists would agree, the wallets of the investors. Here in New York State, thanks to the leadership and vision of Governor Kathy Hochul, we have been building an economic ecosystem that supports innovation and entrepreneurialism in the industries that will shape the future of our global economy. Here in Central New York, the governor is committed to establishing the region as the global leader in the constantly evolving UAS industry, including working with our partners to create strategies for the integration of advanced air mobility into our commercial airspaces. The Genius New York competition builds on these efforts with a strategic focus on data, UAS, cybersecurity, analytics, and advanced data-driven manufacturing and other data-centric technologies. As the finalists here are fully understand, this business competition is creating a world-class acceleration experience in upstate New York for high-quality companies that are creating innovative, data-intensive, scalable businesses. Through Central New York's the CNY Rising Upstate Revitalization Initiative, we have to date already invested $35 million for 7 rounds of the Genius New York competition, which is of course led and administered by Center State CEO's great team, including Rob Simpson, Kara Jones, and John Liddy. Let's give the team at Center State a round of applause. Understanding the amazing success of this accelerator, the governor has committed to funding Genius New York for at least 3 more additional rounds to continue to support brilliant entrepreneurs like the ones gathered here as you continue to collaborate on these next generation technologies. Additionally, $16.6 million is being invested in the Tech Garden's major expansion, which we didn't break ground. We signed a beam earlier this summer, and as you can see by all the construction outside, not these windows, but the other side of the building is well on its way and will be able to celebrate their grand reopening in 2025. Since 2016, New York has worked to establish itself as the nation's premier destination for drones and related UAS businesses, beginning with an initial investment of $35 million to develop the 50-mile UAS flight traffic management system that runs from the Syracuse Airport to Griffith International in Rome, New York. These investments were further supported with $9 million for Skydome, which supports collaborations with the Air Force Research Laboratory Information Directorate and the UAS test site to develop technologies for small uncrewed aircraft systems to operate safely. And we are continuing to make investments in expanding companies, including former winners of this competition, who have committed to creating opportunities in upstate New York. Thanks to Governor Hochul's efforts and investments like these, New York State has turned into one of the most attractive places in the world to do business. And I highlight this point by noting that we are here tonight exactly 1 year to the day when Micron announced it would invest $100 billion and create 9,000 good-paying jobs right here in Central New York. With such unbelievable momentum, I could say that the sky is the limit, but thanks to you all, that is literally not true. The potential of your companies, the potential of this region, the potential of this state knows no boundaries. Thank you for allowing me to be a small part of this special evening, and again, best of luck to all of our finalists. I look forward to working with you all closely in the years to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan, and I left a cluttered mess of my notes up here that Dan had to read around, so thank you. Sorry about that. We are just about ready to start hearing from our Genius New York teams. Pretty exciting. So here's how it's going to work. Each team will have 5 minutes tonight to present their business plans to this panel of experts that you see in the back of the room there, and all of you, the community, who are here as well. Before we start the pitches, I'd like to take a moment to welcome and also thank very much tonight's judges. pretty slick, right? I gotta get, who does the, I gotta get one of those things. Anyway, thank you very much, judges, for your time tonight. We invite you, if you want to read a little bit more about any of them, there's a little bit more bio info in the programs that you all should have gotten on the way in. These teams, just so you know, also met with the judges yesterday for a little bit more in-depth technical pitch. It's part of this year's competition. Now, following each presentation, there will be up to 5 additional minutes for Q&A from the judges who you just met. These experts will ultimately decide who walks away with that $1 million prize, with the 4 remaining teams, again, each receiving $500,000. All right, this is why we're all here tonight. Let's begin the pitches. Best of luck to all the Genius New York teams. First up tonight, Aloft. Let's welcome Aloft to the stage.
Good afternoon. My name is Joshua Ziering, and I'm the founder of Aloft.ai. We're a $2 million a year annual recurring revenue company that does B2B SaaS. I'm a private pilot with an instrument rating, a commercial drone pilot, and an aviation fanatic. What if I told you that right now, over the United States, there are 50,000 people flying over our country, and they're being controlled by a small army of people on the ground. United 226, turn left heading 270. And we are just barely getting by with 16 million flights a year, just about 1,800 an hour with that system. How are we ever going to have tens of millions of drone flights happening every single day with a system like that? We can't. So, how do you manage a group of people flying a fleet of drones safely and compliantly at scale in the national airspace? Because right now, we are moving into a really, really awesome autonomous and programmatic era. Right now, we have 1 person to 1 drone, but in the future, we're gonna have 1 person managing hundreds of drones. As that ratio goes up, we're gonna have to think about risk and compliance, safety and airspace fundamentally differently. Just how non-internet companies learn to leverage the internet, we are going to see non-aviation companies leverage the airspace. This is the first time in history for a lot of these companies to be able to have that advantage. This is going to unleash massive value. And they've already started. Aloft works with folks like Shell Oil, Travelers Insurance, the big media companies, and even National Grid right here in Syracuse. We're over $2 million ARR and accelerating. We've got sticky customers, recurring revenue, but most importantly, we have new revenue streams from our developer tools that are going to allow other people to bring their technology into our technology, into their technology. As the regulations start unlocking new value, we are poised to capture it. We forecast $25 million a year in annual revenue based upon our programmatic tools that we are building. Think AWS for drones. Think AWS for aviation. And we are the right team to do it, with deep subject matter expertise and what I will politely refer to as very eclectic backgrounds. The Aloft founding team is ready to build the next generation of aviation company. Let me show you a little bit about what we do, because we could show you shiny features all night. I want to talk to you tonight about metrics. After the hurricane in Florida, the FAA used the Aloft Before You Fly platform to notify operators, please do not interfere with first responders that are helping people and saving people in the wreckage. This was extremely important, but we've done over 35 million airspace checks to date with our public-private partnership with the FAA. And if you do get to fly and you're an insurance adjuster for travelers, or you're a media person that needs to go take footage of all the devastation, you can get an authorization through Aloft. We do 84% of all the authorizations in the United States right now, and we've done over 1 million. Our platform powers over 100,000 flights per month, and we are ready to scale. Our live streaming video product just did 10,000 minutes of live streaming video in September alone. We are specifically in the cockpit of this aircraft right here. Our maps are right there so that people can understand where they can fly. All this with a focus on enterprise security. But I want to talk about something more important that we're building. Syracuse wanted to bring disruptors to town. They've succeeded. We've partnered with New Air, Resilience, and Hidden Level. We've already won our first six-figure contract. The Dream Team is taking the dream on the road. We're working with the Lemoyne Keenan Center to help bring new entrepreneurs and aviators into the pipeline that these companies are going to need. And we've started the Thursday Co-working Collective for other founders in the neighborhood, Friday Fly Day, where we all go work and fly together, and even volunteered for Sandwich Saturday. But there's more days in the week. We want to use this $1 million to make our new headquarters in Syracuse, as it already is. Shout out to our newest employee, Emily. She's the brandy newest Alofty. We're so excited that she's a native Syracusan and a Lemoyne graduate. We are ready to unleash what is going to be an awesome aviation company right here in Syracuse. This is the only place where we have the confluence of regulators, of airspace, and of ecosystem all in one place. I want to thank Genius New York for this amazing opportunity, and I want to say, go Orange. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure you all have a lot of questions. That's the good thing about working in the drone industry is you always know there will be questions.
Hey Josh, first off, great presentation, so take a breath and give yourself a pat on the back. Just curious, given the rise of air taxis, drone delivery, a bunch of different parts of the market, where do you see your company focusing? Is it below 400 feet, above 400 feet, or kind of everything?
Yeah, thank you, Jeff. That's a great question. And I think it really stems back to this idea of UTM, Universal Traffic Management. Because whether I'm in my Cessna or an airliner or one of these urban air mobility vehicles, we're all going to have to integrate with drones. So we want to specifically focus on the sub 400-foot traffic area, knowing that we're going to have to integrate into the larger national airspace picture. That unified operating picture is what's going to enable all of the unlocking of this value while retaining all of the safety we've come to expect after years of commercial aviation safety improvements. Thank you, that was a great question.
Josh, I have another question for you. I think previously you had mentioned holding 84% market share for airspace authorizations through the FAA. Can you tell us a little bit about how you have or do plan to monetize this?
Yeah, that's a great question. So the number one thing that we think about is all of that data is flowing through the Aloft platform. There's lots of folks who want to know who's flying in controlled airspace and what are they doing there. We want to keep offering that data available on the platform for free, but it's a critical feature to what we do. How can you have safe and compliant operations as an enterprise corporation without knowing that your team can quickly and easily get those airspace authorizations? We see a number of different paths to monetizing it, but most importantly, we think that it's a critical feature to have in-house. For example, because of the way that the FAA works, all of that data is not allowed to flow to third parties. It has to be unified inside of one platform. So if somebody flies a non-compliant flight in your team, you're able to say, wait a minute, you didn't get an authorization, and I know you didn't because all our authorizations flow through Aloft. We're monetizing it already and looking forward to finding new and exciting ways to monetize that dominant market share.
To wrap up questions, I'd love to ask you more specifically about you. Tell us more about being an aviation fanatic. You mentioned that during your pitch. Tell us your why and how that'll fortify you throughout the next few years in building Aloft.
Well, I guess I should start at the beginning. I used to fly model airplanes as a kid, and I tried to go to aerospace engineering school at a small liberal arts school outside of Tempe, Arizona called Arizona State University. They promptly did not let me back in after the first semester. I know, shocker. I went and got my degree in probably the next best thing, poetry, but aviation never left my heart. Storytelling, it's a close second. And so, ultimately I decided that I have all of these model aviation skills and I want to be able to share this with the world. Where do I fit into this picture? And building Aloft for me is not just a job, it's not just an opportunity, it's a calling. This is something that comes from in here.
Thank you so much. Well done, great pitch.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thinking. I feel like I haven't given you like a straight answer yet. Where can you find the best drink in Syracuse?
Kitty Homes has the best drinks. The weekend, like Fridays, there is live music and everybody's in the mood. It's really, really good.
Yeah, we went there once also for a pint of Guinness.
It has good Guinness.
It has good Guinness.
Yeah. What is the weirdest food combination you secretly enjoy?
I tried my first peanut butter and jelly sandwich coming to Syracuse. I thought it would be horrible, but I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it's really good.
We had our first breakfast pizza and it was a weird combination, but I liked it.
I don't know if apples and cheese is a weird combination, but I quite like that.
What do you love the most about Syracuse, New York, and how has the city contributed to your startup experience?
There are only a few places in the world where you've got this concentration of drone activity in a single area. I found it surreal being sat in a bar and seeing someone I didn't know opposite me in the bar walk up to a friend and just start having a conversation about drones. And I thought, what the hell's going on here? This is so surreal. But of course, it was just part of this drone ecosphere that's being built in Syracuse.
Gives a lot of confidence where people come up to you and talk to you on the streets here.
I'm not used to be on this weather, but I love it, yeah. I'm feeling very comfortable. It's really fun. It's really fun. And yeah, the ecosystem here is amazing. I love it.
And everybody knows the weather's like this year-round. It's always like in the 80s. Yeah, okay, it's fine. Thank you to Aloft for that great presentation. Thanks very much. Next up to pitch is Green Jets, so let's welcome Green Jets to the stage.
Hi everyone, my name is Anmol. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Green Jets, and we make drones quiet and safe. We do this by building electric engines that are the quietest, safest, and most efficient of their class in the market, and our customers are aircraft manufacturers. Since we started 3 years ago, we have over $18 million in LOIs for our products and technology from both aerospace companies and drone startups. Our North Star is to solve the noise problem associated with today's drones. Let me remind you of this challenge.
This can produce 130.
Now imagine sitting at home or at work and listening to these noises every few minutes as a drone flies by for an inspection or drops off a package at your neighbor's or an air taxi lands near your house. It will drive you crazy and you would hate it. The drone industry is at a tipping point where drones are beginning to fly closer to people and are getting larger in size. And if we don't address this problem, the industry will face similar challenges to the likes of Concorde and helicopters from a few decades ago. When we started working on this problem 3 years ago, we not only wanted to address the decibel levels of drones, but also annoyance, which relates to psychoacoustics, human perception, and the frequency content in noise. Let us show you how far along we have come. We built this rig to compare our technology with open propellers that you find on most drones today. I'm sure you could hear the difference. This is a 93.5% reduction in sound pressure level, and what it means is that one propeller is the equivalent of 8 of our engines. But we're not just about noise. We also worked on efficiency, and our systems are a staggering 45% more efficient than open propellers. And what this means is that we give our customers additional flight time of 30 to 40%, even with the additional weight of our ducts. On safety, ducting makes our products safer on the ground and increases the resilience of drones in the air, and this is why our systems are comprehensive compared to any other competitor in the market. And this is also why customers like Streak Air, whose aircraft you see there, has switched to our solution because it allows them to fly day and night, it allows them to fly point to point, and allows them to avoid noise taxes that are coming in various countries. Behind all of this is our IP in aerodynamics, aeroacoustics, and motor inverter topologies that has attracted nearly $4 million in non-dilutive government grants. We also built an incredible team with over 300 years of combined experience in the aerospace industry from the likes of Rolls-Royce, BAE Systems, and Cosworth. Our unique product strategy differentiates us from our competitors. Because the drone industry comes in all shapes and sizes, our approach is to partner with high-value customers and design bespoke products for them through an approach we call propulsion as a service. At the heart of it is additive manufacturing, which reduces the time to make new engines by nearly a tenth compared to traditional methods, and all of the engines that you see here are made using additive processes. So far, we have achieved all of this with just an investment of $1.5 million coming from venture capital. With the Genius NY investment of $1 million, our immediate goal is to set up a production facility here in Syracuse for our products. This is because 90% of our orders come from the US market, and Syracuse is only a couple of hours away from the global R&D centers of Pratt & Whitney and Rolls-Royce and their world-class research ecosystems. Over the last 3 months, we have been meticulously planning the production setup to kick off in January next year. And for this, we have partnered with Think Variant, based north of Syracuse in Phoenix, who are experts in additive manufacturing and injection molding, both of which are key ingredients to our manufacturing process. We also partnered with the likes of the Keynote Center of Entrepreneurship to recruit future talent, and with other collaborators like Navmar in New Air for future opportunities. We are really excited about bringing this $1 million investment into Syracuse to set up a production facility for products that are already ready to go and for which we have orders exceeding $15 million. This will boost the local economy, create local jobs, and boost the supply chain. Thanks so much for your time. Thanks so much for many in the audience who have made us feel so warm in the last 3 months, and we look forward to our exciting future here. Thank you.
Anmol, great presentation. First question relates to your order forecast. So right now you're at 18 million in orders. It's set over the next 12 months. The goal is to ramp that to 100 million. And obviously there's a great demand for this in the marketplace. Can you just give us a little more detail on the plan to accelerate orders that rapidly in 1 year?
Absolutely. Thanks for your question. So what has happened in the global economy is that global conflicts have changed the way drones are being used in the battlefield. And what we have found is that more stealthier, more resilient, and more efficient drones are the requirement that we are seeing immediately in the market. So actually our problem is not quite, can we achieve 100 million in terms of orders? It's on delivering those orders, because we have customers across the Americas, Europe, and India who are keen for our products and technology. Our challenge is how can we ramp up our production to meet that level of demand that we are seeing from the defense sector. What we're also very clear on is that ours is a dual-use technology. So as the products are introduced into the defense sector, we will also be transitioning them into the commercial drone industry.
Anmol, that fall was incredibly quiet. You're living up to your brand. Great job. It seems your production currently is very bespoke, customized to each of your individual products that you're serving. Do you have plans to scale to have more uniformity inside of your current production process?
Absolutely. So if you look at the drone industry today, you can categorize them into small drones, large drones, air taxis, and electric aircraft. As you go bigger in size and complexity, the consolidation of designs begin to happen. So at the small drone sector, you have an extremely diverse set of aircraft, as you have all seen. And as you go bigger in size, they get a little more commonalized in terms of design. So our approach is to ensure that we can bring our diversity in product families for the small drone market. But as we go bigger in size, we do want to create more specific products that have specific specifications that are designed for those markets.
Thank you.
Great, thank you. I wanted to ask you to talk a little bit more about the return on investment of your solution versus traditional propellers for a customer. And a little bit of a follow-on to that, just understanding, is your solution able to address all propulsion needs, or do customers still need to use traditional propellers as well in some use cases?
Sure, sure. So because of the ROI, because of the efficiency benefits that we have today, our customers enjoy an immediate ROI because imagine having to carry 30% less batteries or able to fly 30% more further away with our solution. So the ROI is immediate for them. The long-term ROI is going to come from when noise becomes much more regulated. So aircraft are going to be limited in how often they can fly, where they could fly, whether they can fly day or night. And when that happens, all of these regulations will begin to cripple some players who are very noisy versus others who are quiet. So our ROI will only increase with time. Today, it's already available to them from the fact that they have to carry a lot less battery than what they would traditionally do. The second question that you asked was, could you repeat that? Sorry.
Just whether or not you still need, or in for some use cases, if you still need the traditional propellers.
Sure. So just like aviation today, where you see aircraft that have jet engines and you see aircraft that have traditional propellers, we do imagine a world of drones as well, where both systems coexist, and you use the systems optimized for what they are good at. So there are some applications where we do see propellers probably making more sense, such as pseudo-satellites at very high altitude. But for most applications that have scale and are related to the exponential growth of the commercial drone market, our systems are much more capable.
Thank you. Great presentation.
Thank you.
It's my turn. Get that back on. Get that. If I'm wearing a coat, you're wearing a coat too. What's the most embarrassing song on your playlist that you secretly love?
I don't really have an embarrassing song on my list.
You're proud of all your songs?
I'm very proud of all of them, yes. On my list.
Okay. I can tell you I'm embarrassed by one of my songs. Okay. It's that Taylor Swift song where she says, "Hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me." That's the problem.
What surprised you the most about Genius New York program that you didn't expect when you first joined?
Part of me was nervous that there was going to be this weird survivor-type mindset where there's torches being extinguished and that's it, you're off the island. I've been really consistently impressed by the fact that all of the cohorts have been collaborating and making friends with each other and supporting each other and finding ways to work together.
Everybody that is involved in the Genius New York program has been incredible with us. The way that everybody's collaborating and work together as a team, even though we are in a competition, has been incredible. So very proud of that. How do you envision the future of your startup beyond your time in Genius New York program?
It's a really exciting time to be in Syracuse. It's why we're moving the whole company here. If we wanted to do it, now's the time. And if we wanted to be in a certain place, Syracuse is the spot. We're looking forward to growing our team here and ultimately building out Syracuse as the tip of the spear for Aloft.
We already have 2 people from Syracuse locally in our headquarters here. Very exciting and very proud to be here. I see it as a home for us for a very long time.
All right, excellent to know about Taylor Swift, so I can add that to my playlist now without being embarrassed. Excellent, and thank you again, Green Jets, for your presentation. All right, we're going to keep rolling along. Next team up to pitch, Votella, so let's welcome Votella to the stage.
Hi, my name is Kim. After 12 years of wireless innovations and my PhD in car-to-car connectivity, I decided to dedicate my career solving drone connectivity for safety above our heads. Votella provides connectivity assurance for commercial drones. Connectivity makes our smartphones smart. Drones are just like flying smartphones, but need a different kind of connectivity. The mobile network was not designed for drones. Drones can suffer from sudden signal drops when flying through side lobes. High interference, handleable problems, and other problems make drone connections less reliable. But what drone operators need is more reliable, aviation-grade connectivity, and they need it now. Introducing Votella. Our patented technology translates safety-critical information into something like this. And sends it over the voice channel for superior reliability. Voice channels benefit from a high priority in the network and a guaranteed low latency. We demonstrated with 10,000 minutes of data that our technology provides 1,000 times more reliable connectivity compared to regular 4G LTE. Vella is the only company achieving aviation-grade connectivity with 99.999% reliability. Our vision is clear: safety assurance above our heads. We are on a mission to 100% reliable drone connectivity. Connectivity is essential to make autonomous drone services safe because it enables a remote pilot to control the drone in case of an emergency. Connectivity is important because it enables traffic management systems to prevent crashes among aircraft. And connectivity is important because it makes drones visible to the authorities and ensures regulatory compliance. Drones without reliable connectivity can become dangerous. Vella is building the aerial network operator and aims to connect all autonomous aircraft. We provide enterprise drone operators with a simple and comprehensive connectivity service. We provide peace of mind so drone companies can focus on flying. Vella is the only company solving the fundamental problems of drone connectivity. With support from the German Fraunhofer Institute, Cornell Tech, and the National Science Foundation, we developed groundbreaking technology with unique capabilities. Vella is the innovation leader with 4 patents and will continue building its IP mode for aviation-grade connectivity without infrastructure changes. The mobile network is powerful, but was not designed for drones. Changing the network infrastructure is not viable because drones need ubiquitous coverage. And the investment for ubiquitous infrastructure change exceeds the expected revenue from drone connectivity. Vella is the only company achieving aviation-grade connectivity without any infrastructure changes. Vella is a leader in international standardization on cellular drone connectivity performance. This standard will be published in 2024 and ends the current regulatory gray zone, a game changer for Vella. The Vella team has proven its ability to execute and successfully launched a deep tech product with minimal investment. Our team has all the expertise it takes to make Vella the winner. We will grow our team in Central New York with funding from NSF and GNSY. Vella was born at Cornell Tech and has a strong network in Ithaca. Syracuse University is a great place to find talent, and so far we hired 4 software engineering interns. Vella is building symbiotic relationships with drone companies in Central New York. Understanding their needs and challenges helps us build better products they can benefit from. Central New York is the best place to grow Vella. We applied 3 times to GNSY because we really want to be here. We want to be where the revolution of autonomous drones is unfolding. We ensure safety with aviation-grade connectivity. Safety above our heads is taken for granted. We're asking for $1 million to keep it this way. Thank you. I'm ready for your questions.
Kim, first question's related to just a little bit about the unique piece of your technology. As NASA, the FAA, when we started the drone corridor here 7 years ago, everybody acknowledged that secure, reliable communications for beyond visual line of sight flying is really challenging. There's a lot of companies trying to use the cell network, and you mentioned up there that you're using the voice channel, and I believe that's what really differentiates you for your solution. You just explain a little bit more to the audience why that gives you 1,000% more reliability, and is that patented? Can anybody else do that?
Yes, Thank you for the question. So yes, it is patented. So we started working on this technology 2018. We patented, it's granted international patent, so it's our IP. How does it work? So if you are using your mobile phone, you have a video downloading, and you can also at the same time make a phone call. So the video is for video or for emails, so it's not highly reliable. If you make a phone call, it is treated differently in the network. So if everybody is competing for wireless resources for your data channel, you still can make a phone call. It has a high priority. And it has a guaranteed low latency, because otherwise you wouldn't be able to make, have a good conversation. So we exploit that and translate safety critical information into the voice channel and send it then there. And if you use multiple modems, you increase the reliability. You have more redundancy. And this is how we reached to 1,000 times better performance.
It's a very novel approach.
Yep, thanks. Mm-hmm.
Great, thanks, Kim. I wanted to ask a little bit more about your development timeline and getting this product into market. When you expect to be able, people to be able to use this, and what's between here and there, and what's between here and there for Syracuse as you do that development work.
Yep. I maybe lost the last few seconds of your question. But
just let us know what the impact will be to Syracuse through that timeline.
So our product is being used today. So we have launched our software product earlier this year, and customers are using it. But we need to further make it more mature. So you cannot have the first prototype and then use it on all drone fleets. So our current goals, it has to be compatible with more systems. It has to be a simple installation. It has to be robust. It's being used, but we are constantly update features. So we currently have 3 customers. In addition, we have partnerships with the 3 mentioned companies I mentioned, and our goal is to help all drone companies in Central New York improving their reliability of their mobile network connectivity. And it is quite simple. It is just adding a software, using our cloud service, and they're ready to go. A regular SIM card doesn't take a lot.
Kim, thank you for the presentation. I'd love for you to walk me through your go-to-market strategy and sales channels. With such a horizontal solution, there's so many applicable clients as well as verticals. So who will you target first, why, and how?
Yeah, we currently target drone delivery companies. The reason for that, they always have an internet connection because somebody's receiving that package, so somebody has to know when it comes. So they always use a mobile network. That's the first thing. Then we try to work with customers that have a long-range drone, because that means they cannot use a regular direct IF link, so they have to use a mobile network. And we are working with customers that are drone manufacturers and operators as well. It makes it easier for us because we can integrate, and they are at the same time our customer. Eventually, our customers will become drone operators, so enterprise drone operators. That could be a retailer or a hospital. But we focus on this customer in the US and in Europe.
Thank you, Kim. I think we are almost out of time, but appreciate you giving the presentation today. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Votella. Great job, Kim. Thank you very much. Okay, I hope you all have been paying attention here. You haven't been on your phones too much tonight, because later tonight, you are going to have the chance to pick your favorite team during our live poll to determine our Fan Favorite Award. It's sponsored by Solvay Bank tonight. We're going to give our judges a little bit of a break. They've just heard 3 pitches there, so they're going to get a break before we hear from our final 2 teams. So feel free. You know where the food and the beverages are. Also, explore Innovation Alley. We talked about that in the beginning. Don't everybody run. I'm not done yet. Go back there, meet some of the region startups, the innovators, and we talked about Syracuse Surge Accelerator finalists and previous Genius New York teams. We're going to meet you back here in 15 minutes. All right, go. Thank you, everybody. It's like getting my kids out of the house in the morning for school. Never quite move along as fast as you want them to, but it's okay. We get there eventually. Never been late yet. Yet. All right, welcome back, everybody. We have a couple of teams that are anxious to get up here and pitch, so we're going to try to get the program rolling again. There we go. We're getting there, Caro. We're getting there. All right, welcome back, everybody. As I mentioned earlier, we have an inspiring new group of entrepreneurs that are joining us tonight. It's not just the 5 Genius New York teams that we have pitching here. We've got the inaugural teams in the Syracuse Surge Accelerator. What is the Syracuse Surge Accelerator? Yeah, there you go. Sure. So what is the Syracuse Surge Accelerator? It is a newly launched Center State CEO program, and it supports Mayor Ben Walsh's Syracuse Surge strategy for inclusive growth in this new economy that's developing here. The accelerator provides direct resources and support for Black, Indigenous persons of color, or BIPOC, founders of tech and tech-adjacent startups. So that's what it is. And here to tell us a little bit more about it is Center State CEO, Surge Entrepreneurship Manager, Dr. Imad Rahim.
I look incredible right there. This is awesome. All right. Well, good evening, everybody. The Syracuse Surge Accelerator program joins Genius New York among Center State CEOs, innovation and entrepreneurship programming at an exciting time in Syracuse in the tech space. In August, the accelerator kicked off by welcoming 5 finalists, selected through a competitive process, and their 12-month experience is now underway, which includes access to extensive programming and resources through Center State CEO's Tech Garden, Ignition Grants, Stipend, and other resources totaling $90,000 and hopefully $1 million soon, right, Dominic? Support for the Syracuse Surge Accelerator is provided by JP Morgan Chase Foundation and Microsoft. The goal is to help underrepresented BIPOC entrepreneurs grow and sustain their business here in Syracuse, New York. All 5 finalists from upstate New York, and I'd like to invite them to come on stage. Please hold your applause until the end. See how good they look? They just look amazing. The 2023 team includes Certainty Analytical Labs from Rochester, Clutch Delivery from Syracuse, New York, Hippo Apparel from Clay, New York, Sign Speak from Rochester, and Talkadot from Janesville, New York. Once again, please join me in congratulating the inaugural Syracuse Surge Accelerator team. Now, over the next 10 months, these teams will work with Center State staff to create and advance their individual business plans. They will receive direct support from technical assistant providers, meet with mentors, and hear from nationally recognized entrepreneurs in our mastermind groups. At the end of the program, these teams will have the opportunity to access additional funding provided by the City of Syracuse through the Syracuse Economic Development Corporation to continue growing their business right here in Syracuse. We are honored to work with such a diverse group of local startups. Their technologies provide a glimpse of emerging trends in innovation and creativity that are developing here in upstate New York. We look forward to showcasing these unique businesses and their leaders who will help foster inclusion in our entrepreneurship ecosystem. Thank you, everybody.
All righty, thank you, Dr. Rahim, and all the Surge teams there. Definitely encouraging, isn't it, to hear about all these new programs that are really helping drive the further innovation and progress in our community. And you know, sky's the limit for them too. Can't wait to see the growth of these Surge Accelerator teams. We look forward to their success as well. Actually, as a matter of fact, we're excited to use Talkadot. It's a Surge Accelerator team, right? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, absolutely. What we're going to use that for is we're going to actually capture your feedback on tonight's event. So if you look in your program, you go to page 13, you use that QR code that you see there, and you can give us feedback at the end of the show tonight to see how it's all gone. All right. Here we go. Now it's time for the final two pitches of the night. Our second to last team, Vodic. Let's welcome Vodic to the stage.
Woo-hoo-hoo! One more round. I need one more round. Okay, so I'm Edwin Sanchez, founder and your pilot in command today, okay? So let me start with one analogy. A symphony is a beautiful piece, but it's complex. And you know, it needs a symphony conductor to work with players before, during, and after the show to bring a unified vision to the music, right? And that's actually my son, Nicholas, who's actually watching me today. In a similar way, Vodic works with all the players in the drone ecosystem to bring a unified vision to drone operations. Vodic is a cloud-based platform that actually turns any drone into a smarter, orchestrated, and automated device. But you know, don't take my word for it. Let me show it in a couple of examples. Here, it's used for surveillance with one of our partners, with artificial intelligence from our company. Well, the sound should be, you know, higher anyways, but I don't know if you want to raise it. Nice, thank you. And the next case is actually with one of our partners used in a drone as first responder program. And you know that the police departments in the US are in dire need of such a program like this. It is always fantastic to see these videos and how impressive our technology is for working in these environments. Now, why Vodic is needed? Because the world is evolving, and drone programs too. Companies are moving from you know, small fleets into large fleets and complex operations, and from manual processes into automation. The world is in dire need of a platform that can help them instrument, govern, and orchestrate operations while benefiting from this evolution. Now, Vodic is solving this problem by bringing an end-to-end platform that can provide, you know, managerial and management, all the orchestration part at the beginning and planning, moving through collaborating video in real time with artificial intelligence built in, and even allow for the implementation of remote control for command centers. And you know what? In all these years of hard work, my team has become my family and true friends. And I'm proud of what we have actually built as technology and the company we are today. And by the way, we had 2 Syracusans in our team, and we are becoming Syracuse's ourselves. Go Orange. Sorry for that. Yes! Woo-hoo! Yeah. Our addressable market in the private and government sectors is huge and is growing fast. The statistics actually estimate that the enterprise drone software has a better opportunity than the cybersecurity market in the early 2000s. We're talking about a blue ocean opportunity with our technology here. Actually, customers from all over the world are saying that Vodic's technology is the best solution for enterprise drone programs in the market right now. And when I see this map actually deploying or showing where all the places where our technology is being deployed right now, it actually impresses me and drives my passion up. When we decided to move the headquarters to Syracuse, we were able to leverage on the ingenious New York ecosystem, and now we're collaborating with companies like ResilientX, Archangel, AVSS, TrueWeather, and more, and even integrate with Vella or even Aloft in the future. And by the way, we're bringing additional or enhanced capabilities to the national airspace and increase safety. And in the near future, our cloud platform is going to be collecting data anonymously from all the operations to build this big data lake that will turn into, the prediction engine for drone operations in the future. And we plan to execute that from the Syracuse as an epicenter with 4 pillars. 1, integrate the local tech ecosystem, expand our reach, leveraging the central New York exposure to the world, building a diverse and solid team here in the Syracuse area, and building a customer base here in Syracuse and central New York that can serve us to tell the world how cool our technology is. Now, to close, why Syracuse? We picked 4 reasons. Why? 1, our vision has been expanded, and we're truly believers that from here, we're going to turn into the first unicorn for the drone software industry in the world. 2nd, the ecosystem that we are seeing here, it's amazing, and we're accelerating already, leveraging on that. 3rd, having a government that supports the next Silicon Valley for tech, for drone technologies is something we want to be part of. And finally, our dream is becoming a reality. Oh, one more. Our family really loves it. Thank you, and I'm ready for your questions.
Edwin, great presentation. Love the passion that you have for the Orange and Central New York. Can you get a little bit more specific on the investment that you can commit towards Central New York if you're chosen?
Yeah, our expectation is actually to get the $1 million, of course. But most of the money, half that money, will go into really creating an expansive team. We're in a level of maturity with our technology and a level of adoption internationally and locally here, domestically in the US, that we know that within the next 12 months, we're going to ramp up. We'll really grow, and we'll need to actually bring sales, marketing, and engineering teams based out of Syracuse and tell the world that here is where we're going to actually make a big voice and bring this technology to the world. Now, the other part is very important related to integrating. So we're true believers of integrating with partners and integrating with other cool technology and bringing a cohesive way of operating let's say, in a safer way. And for that, you need to actually have labs here. You have to have, and for example, leverage on new air and develop a, let's say, a roadmap of integration and testing for the future generations and even for the future startups in the Genius New York program. Now, the other area, which is creating a base of customer references. I think the pride here, it's amazing, and the knowledge that is locally, not only in government, but also in the private sector, it's something to really leverage on. So we're going to create this, invest half the money actually in creating fantastic reference cases, all documented with good, approach to what we really needed to show the world with and bring it to everywhere in the world. Our technology is suited for working anywhere, not only in the US, can be implemented as you saw, can be executed, and there's a clear need for it.
Thank you. I'd love to know, in the near term, what is your focus, profitability or growth? And let us know specifically why that is your focus and how in the near term that will affect your bottom line.
Okay. We have a roadmap in place already of 24 months. So that much we know we can do, and the many things that we can leverage on. Now, given the level of maturity and how honed our technology is, we have more than 12,000 missions already performed in our platform. Not a single crash, not a single accident that can be reported. Okay, that's impressive, and many, many, many hours, including the testing hours that we have. Now, since we have that level of maturity and acceptance in the world and the traction we're having, a lot of trials right now actually going on, we know that what we need to do is first tell the world, in a bigger voice that we're here to stay and accelerate that adoption. We have a sell-through model, so actually we work through partners, service providers, service integrators, drone manufacturers, and other companies that resell technology. And we want to actually make sure that we develop programs with them to actually multiply our reach worldwide from here, from the Syracuse area. Those are the major focus that we have here, and for that we're going to need engineering capacity, sales capacity, and marketing capacity. That's what we plan to do and the focus we have right now.
I like the talk about being the first unicorn on the software side. Could you give us a little more reference on how you fit in the market, maybe compared to another unicorn, Skydio, who's more vertically integrated? If you're going to talk about drone as a first responder, I think they're solving that full tech stack themselves. How will you compete against them and others in this market?
Okay, good point. Now, I have a short time here, but let me try to address that fast. We truly believe in horizontal solutions. One size does not fit all. Actually, in all the police departments that I have talked to, they don't have a single brand in their drone fleet. They have a diverse diversity of drones. So they need actually something that can support their fleet. And if tomorrow something better than Skydio comes up, or something better than the next brand comes up, or another device, or a drone in a box, or whatever is the other component that is required, they got to be able to actually engage that, connect that, and simply run in a single unified way. Not retrain, not actually harmonize several pieces of software, but having a single unified experience and just grow with it and being able to leverage on that. We have a very good example that we were showing this week with one police department that was so excited with us and the possibility that we're bringing. They had a 42 drone fleet, very diverse. Yeah.
Just going to say 10 seconds.
Oh, 10 seconds. Yeah. I mean, the truth is that we believe in the cross and providing police departments, for example, for DFR programs, the possibility of just moving in the right direction and leverage on whatever they have available in the market.
Thank you very much.
Huh? Welcome. Come here. I won't bite.
So more like that.
Who has the best hair in your cohort?
I think AK has a good, vibe on his hair. Beyond that, I wouldn't say, anyone.
Well, I put a lot of effort today.
Okay, yeah, it looks sharp. Yeah, exactly. It looks good, handsome. Yeah. 3 words to describe Genius New York.
Fun.
Okay.
Collaborative. Prestigious.
Selective, in a good way.
Competitive.
Supporting.
Yeah.
And amazing.
If a startup is on the fence about applying, what would you tell them?
It is worth it. Just fighting for it. Be disciplined, do your job, do your homework, and apply. And reapply if you have to. What has been the most valuable lesson or piece of advice you have received at Genius New York?
This is for the long term. You need to kind of think as to what the end game is and then work towards it. And you cannot expect any miracles overnight.
Providing you a lot of means
to actually outreach the market and do it in the right way. What surprised you the most about Genius and Why program that you didn't expect when you first joined? Such a cool vibe. The program was more robust than I expected. That the exposure will be such a big one.
The level of professionalism. We've seen accelerators in the past. This is like top notch.
Felt so warm, so welcomed. That really ramped up my passion and my willingness to do great here.
All right, but do they have Taylor Swift on their phone? So let's call back to earlier. Anyway, thank you, Vodic, for that presentation. All right, the last team to take the stage is going to be Blue Flight. So let's welcome Blue Flight to the stage.
Thank you. My name is Frank Knoppel, Chief Executive Officer, co-founder of Blue Flight. These are medical devices. EpiPen, defibrillator, a first aid kit, and they all have one thing in common. They may be saving your life one day. They have another thing in common. They may not be available when you need the most. And what do? We put them in a car, there's a driver, and you may get stuck in traffic, and this may never reach the location where it's intended to go. We have 1 million fatalities in this country alone from heart attacks. Most happen actually not in the hospital. There's 25 million people with food allergies. Some can be really severe. And 3 million road accidents with potentially really bad injuries. So we thought we need to have a better solution than putting medicines and emergency equipment on a car. So we came up with a solution, and this is our answer. We removed the wheels, we put wings on, we're going to straight line at high speed. Then we put a computer on board. It's a lot more precise, it's a lot more efficient, and it allows us to actually reduce the size. There's no need to carry around half a ton of steel for something as little as an EpiPen, which is barely a pound. And we can make it electric, which is better for the environment. So when we were done with it, we patented it. The patent's been granted last year to make sure our IP is protected. So with a drone, you can be 3 times faster than a car or more. There's actually a speed limit in the sky. You can be 4 times cheaper or even more cheaper, which opens up a lot of possibilities beyond the medical delivery space. So we devised the ultimate cargo tool. Now, imagine having access to a location like that. It's impossible. So we're airborne and have a drone that can carry. Thank you. That can carry payload at a very high speed and at a low cost. Now, we're devoted to make this industry happen. We're devoted to making this industry happen in the United States and here in Syracuse and central New York. Why is that? There's 3 very strong reasons. The first is we find the finest manufacturing facilities in the country in central New York. And that's for 3D printing and additive manufacturing, which we need to make our drones. Number 2, you have the most advanced flight testing facilities that we've ever seen. And number 3, there's the highest concentration of drone tech companies that we need to integrate into our systems to be competitive in the market. So we're already working with companies like Wonder Robotics, a former Genius and Why company, to enhance our capabilities. We're already working with AVSS and their safety systems, Genius and Why company, and they're integrating their systems already into our drones that we can then bring to our customers. I wonder who realizes where this place is. This is the future that I grew up with 30 years ago, and I'm now a father and I have kids, and it's still the same future. So our vision is to make this future a reality, to bring drone logistics solutions into the market, to expand and grow the industry, and we want to make this happen here in Central Northern Syracuse. Thanks very much. Happy to answer any questions.
Exciting and great presentation. Can you give us a little more detail on what it looks like to be doing production here in Central New York, what that commitment looks like, and how that scales?
Yeah, so this is a fast-growing market. Currently, drone logistics is about $2 billion, and it's growing at a 50% annual growth rate to reach $20 billion in the future. Now, if you do the math, that's about 100,000 drones a year. Now, we want to do as many as we can. We need 3D printing, we need additive manufacturing. These are all facilities we find here. It's special capabilities we need. So we'll be making our drones here in the state. We're talking, starting with smaller batches and gradually growing in the thousands.
Thank you.
Could you elaborate a little bit on your go-to-market strategy, your beachhead? Is it drone logistics? Is it drone delivery? Is it healthcare? Is it defense? Because all of those have a need for drones like this, but they're very different and they have different regulations. Just curious on where you see yourself focusing first.
Sure. So we're a drone manufacturing and design company, and our customers are the drone operators. And there's plenty. Now, when we look at the industry verticals, we have healthcare sector, which seems to have the highest demand and the biggest need and the most urgent cargo. So we actually right now need to sit there and we're getting the requests already. And the questions are, how does it work? Can we use your drones? When can we actually bring them? And then we're working with the drone operators to take the drone and make that a reality. Followed by the industrial logistics industry. So that could be remote. This could be in the mining industries. This could be in the maritime industries where there's a very high demand. And then lastly, it's the e-commerce use case. And separate to that is the federal government, correct?
Thank you.
Could you speak a little bit about the cost of, the cost and unit price?
Not sure if I understood the question. You mean the cost?
Yeah, just cost.
Yeah. So the ultimate goal is to be outcompeting pretty much all the other substitutes, and that requires us to go at 40 cents on the mile, or the operator. Now, we're pricing our drones so that our customers can meet that price goal, which allows us to generate about $200,000 per drone over the lifetime of the drone, which is broken down to the actual CapEx, but then also the recurring revenue streams that come, for example, from spare parts. Now, for us to deliver that, we're operating at margins that are 60% plus.
Follow up on that from the cost perspective. The competitive landscape, there's some competition out there. I believe it's mostly international. Are there U.S. competitors? Yes or no? And then if not, do you see any coming down the line?
So we are the only cargo drone, so it's a cargo drone platform, OEM in the country that we are aware of. The other companies follow a hybrid model where you make drones and you fly drones, but this is not our business model. Our belief is, and our philosophy, we need to be the best in one category, and it's designing drones, and it's manufacturing drones, and that's where our passion is, and that's where we believe we can succeed in the market.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Blue Flight. Very nice, very nice. And there we are. That concludes tonight's pitches. So let's give all 5 teams a round of applause. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to take another short break while our judges deliberate. But while they are doing, not so fast. Judges, you can go, but not you stay right in your seats. While they're doing that, it's time for some audience participation. So it's a chance for you to be the judge. We're going to pick tonight's Fan Favorite Award, which is sponsored by Solvay Bank. So go to your program, page 7, I believe it is. You'll see the Fan Favorite QR code. We're going to open that live poll for you so you can weigh in on how the teams did tonight. You can watch the returns on the screen, I believe behind me there. Once you voted, then enjoy your short break. Go grab something to eat, a little something to drink, and we'll see you back here in about 20 minutes. Oh, don't forget, check out Innovation Alley as well. All right, we'll see you in a little bit.
to please stand, past and present teams, so we can give you a round of applause. If you guys could stand up. There we go. Vodic, resilience. Thank you, teams, for committing to grow in Central New York. We wish you continued success and promise to support you as you work to achieve your goals here. None of this could happen without the support of Governor Hochul and New York State Empire State Development. Thank you again for your support and investment. I would also like to personally thank my colleagues at Center State CEO, especially our AV team over here. Thank you all for making this show happen. As well as our leadership at Center State CEO. Sorry, I lost where I was. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Particularly, yes, our leadership team and the inclusive growth team for your dedication to supporting Genius New York and your commitment to ensuring inclusive entrepreneurial growth in the Central New York startup ecosystem. I could not do this work without our awesome executive advisors, some of who are in the room and in the back. So I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for supporting this program in our region. Thank you. Lots of thank yous tonight. And lastly, I really want to thank our MC, Jeff. We are incredibly fortunate that he has taken the time out of his busy schedule to do this for us tonight, and he's done it for the last 7 years. And the excitement and knowledge that Jeff knows about this industry really brings a special voice that enhances our event. So thank you, Jeff. Now, before I introduce Rob Simpson to unveil tonight's awards, I have the pleasure of announcing the results of our live poll. Little difficulty, but we got it working. And the winner of the fan favorite award sponsored by Solvay Bank. So, our winner there, you don't have to come up on stage, I'm just gonna announce you. You voted and the winner was Vodic. Congratulations, guys. Fan favorite. All right. Now, for the moment of the hour, it's time to announce the winner of tonight's $1 million investment. I'm very pleased that the winner is, oh, I'm just kidding. Please join me in welcoming Center State CEO, President Rob Simpson, to the stage to say a few words.
Kara, she got me all off my game there for a second. Well, listen, welcome and thank you for celebrating with us today, celebrating this amazing moment, celebrating the chance to get to know more about these amazing teams who we've just recently welcomed to our community, get to know more about this technology space where we are innovating and leading the world, right? What a remarkable opportunity we have here, sitting here at the beautiful top of the Hotel Syracuse on a gorgeous night with a chance to celebrate the energy and the power and the collaboration that's happening in this community. Couldn't be happier. Just very quickly, these events, they're so fun and there's so much energy, as Kara said, in the room. They don't happen without an amazing team. And our communications and our events team, all of our friends and partners and colleagues at Center State CEO, I just want to acknowledge them, thank them, because you make tonight possible. Maybe one more round of applause for our resident badass, Kara Jones. Kara has been working so hard at this program for so long, and we are so fortunate and grateful to have her experience, her passion, her energy. You all see it, you recognize it because you cheer so loudly and rightfully so. Kara, thanks for all you do for us. Listen, this region has this amazing and rich history of not only innovation but manufacturing. And we've been on a journey for decades, right? Over the course of the last 10 or 15 years, thinking about how we reposition for the modern economy. Building an innovation ecosystem from the ground up, launching the Genius New York program from literally nothing to the most important program in this industry in the world in just a couple of short years. A year ago today, Micron in Central New York and the opportunities that unlocks for us. This is a remarkable moment in Central New York's economic trajectory. But I know one thing. The reason our economy fell on hard times 20, 30, 40 years ago was became overly dependent on a small handful of companies to carry our economic future forward. And things happened. Disruption occurred, right? And those same companies that were the pillars and the stability of our economy, they fell on hard times. They had a chance to disinvest. And the reason why our economy suffered wasn't because things happened to those businesses. That's life. That's economic cycles. The reason we fell on hard times was that we didn't have enough new innovation and new businesses, entrepreneurs and innovation to fill the void that they created, and we are not going to make that mistake again. Now, when you're trying to do hard things like this, you need partners, and we have had no better partner than the state of New York. Governor Hochul personally has been an advocate, an ally, has gone to bat for not just innovation here in Central New York, but across New York State every single time we've collectively asked, and we're grateful. Dan Kolinsky, we couldn't have a better partner in the Central New York Regional Office. Thank you to New York State, because without your support, we aren't able to do these programs and we aren't able to build the economy that we are. We appreciate everything, Dan. I think it's really important to acknowledge something different tonight, right? Maybe you noticed something different. How's about Dr. Ahmad Rahim and our 5 Surge Accelerator executives and teams up here on stage? Here's the thing, it's different because the tech community, growth in tech, has disproportionately benefited people who are male and people who are white. It's not controversial, it's just facts. Our commitment as an organization is to build a community where business thrives and all people, all entrepreneurs, all business owners prosper. And so while tonight may seem different, our job is to make sure that it doesn't look so different in the future, because we want to replicate this program. Each and every one of you, we want to succeed. We want to help you scale. We want to help you grow. We want to do this program again next year and the year after that and the year after that until we've changed the face of technology in Central New York, and we've showed the country and we've shown the world that we can do it differently. And working with all of you, I know that we will. Listen, we are literally leveling up our innovation ecosystem. Right now, as Dan mentioned, we're building the new technology garden across the street, putting 2 new floors up on top of this building, creating more space for more entrepreneurs of all backgrounds with all ideas, whether they're service sector companies, technology companies, to build the most inclusive and dynamic innovation economy we possibly can be. But there's one important thing that we need to acknowledge is necessary for us to be successful, and that is all of you in this room. There is nothing, literally nothing, not cash, there is nothing that short circuits the ability to innovate and to get to success for an entrepreneur than a customer, a business partner who's willing to validate that technology, someone who's willing to serve as a mentor or sit on an advisory board. All of you in this room and those in the business community here in Central New York, you have the opportunity to help us take this amazing work we're doing to the next level. You can sign up as a mentor. You can coach a team. You can agree to sit down and validate someone's technology product and help them accelerate that curve. You could choose to be an investor in the companies we're talking about today. Or you could, like our friends at Northland Communications who are here, you could agree to be a naming sponsor for some part of our new building, right? There are so many different ways that you can get involved. You are the last piece of this ecosystem that we need to be successful. And we are counting on you, and these teams are counting on you, and you can guarantee that you'll be hearing more from us soon on that front. So we've got a really important job to do tonight. We've got a lot to celebrate. We've got a lot of fun still to have. But the most important thing that we still have to do tonight is to give away $3 million. It's not the worst part of this job, I'm not going to lie to you. So proud of each and every one of the teams. And I think the thing I will say before we announce the winner, each one of these teams are going places. You can see that already through the nature of their pitches, their products, their technology. Each one of these teams has the potential to stay here and create jobs here and to be meaningful parts of our community. And so while we announce our $1 million winner, 4 companies that will receive a $500,000 investment, $3 million total, that value, I hope, at the end of 12 months, will be dwarfed by the support that they get from the rest of the folks in this room, right? That is our ultimate goal, that's our objective. So without further ado, let us, I think, are we bringing all the teams up to the stage? Kara and Dominic and Dan Kolinsky, please find your way up here. I think we want all the teams to come on up. Come on up. So here's what we're going to do. We are going to announce our $1 million winner. Everyone's going to cheer and we're going to celebrate, and then we are going to take a moment and we're going to celebrate and take some pictures with each of our finalists here tonight. At which point we will conclude our program and we'll adjourn. We'll have some cocktails and we'll celebrate this evening. It's so nerve-wracking because, you remember the Oscars, like a couple years ago where someone opened the envelope and they read the wrong name? Like, I'm very nervous about that. You guys nervous about that? Not at all. Okay. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of this year's Genius New York Cohort 7 and the recipient of a $1 million investment courtesy of our partners in New York State is none other than Blue Flight. Voltella is next. All right, next up is Vodic. All right, and last and certainly not least, Green Jets, everybody. congratulations again, not only to Blue Flake, to all of our winners here tonight. We've just invested $3 million in the next generation of companies that will call Central New York home. We could not be more excited. Thank you all for joining us. Let's celebrate for the rest of the evening. Good night, everybody.
Alrighty, thank you everybody for coming. Like Rob said, thank you to all the sponsors, judges, thank you for everything. Congratulations to all the teams, and drive home safely. Thank you.